I said, welcome to the service. Welcome to the service. Got some very powerful karmas for you all today. So come on in, and listen to this funky music. How good is this music? This song is called Upbeat Happy Synthwave by New Dawn. Right here on the drip and dip. Live on YouTube live streaming. You're watching a YouTube live stream. The drip, called The Drip. It really is like a drip of source energy into your day. You could imagine listening to this podcast as I'm just a vessel of source. I'm channeling it in, and it's going right into your ear. It's banging right into your ear with the nectar of God. I'm just a channel, a source channeling channel. I'm just a channel delivering source into your ears. Taking source and turning it into a sweet audio nectar that will go right into your ears. And that's all I'm here to do. So come on in, welcome to the service. Got some very powerful karmas for y'all all today. Bofa says, finishing my karmas before Babaji arrives. Well, guess what?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
We are just a little buttercup, aren't we? We're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Isn't that right? I got some powerful teachings about the Hindus today. Because as many of you might know, there was a terrorist attack from, surprise, a Hindu. Shouldn't act so surprised about that. I'm not gonna act so surprised about that. Listen, it is Kali Yuga, even the Hindus doing terrorist attacks. It's Kali Yuga, people, even the Hindus doing terrorist attacks. Hey, Bofa, can you hear me okay? Oh my goodness, Justin Conscious Gwyn, let me tell you something. I'm about to raise your consciousness. I'm about to channel that love. Oh, that's very good. And let me just channel a little message from God real quick.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Yeah, that's what God just channeled in about you. God just channeled that in and wanted me to tell you that. Hey, guess what, Richard? God wanted me to tell you something.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
That's a fact, and that's a fact. G-grade, Chipco.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Just passing on a message.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
You thought I wasn't going to do both of you? Of course I'm going to do both of you, goddammit. Welcome to the service, y'all. I love my congregation. My little buttercups. You guys are here on the ground floor of a very exciting spiritual opportunity, actually. I did want to tell you that before we get started with this amazing topic. I mean, really, this topic is a gift from God, isn't it? You know, and it doesn't pleasure me to tell you that in today's episode, I'm going to actually tell you guys that the Hindus love Hitler. It's messed up, and it's a big issue in the community. And I'm coming in a little dark, But that's okay. That's okay. I will be with my community today. For some reason, something happened with the camera where it got so bright that the camera went dark, and now I will be coming in truly as a member of my community today. No whiting it up with the lights and this and that. So anyway, thanks for coming, everyone. Oh, and the Giulianni Righteous, that's going to be our second one. Man, still figuring out these titles. I think I have a system, though, for the titles now. Here we go. The Hindus love Hitler. Isn't that right, brother? The Hindus, no. I said, the Hindus love Hitler. It's a big problem in the community, actually. It doesn't pleasure me to tell you. It doesn't pleasure me. It doesn't give me any joy to tell you that, but it is a big problem in the community. But before we get to that even, I did want to tell you guys about Wrong Window, Right Window, Comedy Night, May 31st. You see what a gift from God we got today? We got a gift of a beautiful brown topic, and then I have a beautiful brown comedy show coming next week, May 31st. We're opening for the Desi Fest, and this is the whole lineup right here. Rajni Nathan, incredible. Jesse Singh, fantastic comedians. All the brown jokes you could ever need. Harshan Arora, Harpreet Sembi, me, of course, Abdullah Usman. 6 great comics. at opening the Desi Fest music festival, but this year they're doing a comedy night. It's the opening night party. So if you could come down, that would be great. It's going to be a beautiful... Honestly, I went down there for the open mic night, and it is a beautiful culture. I mean, Satish. And just like my boy Vikas Kohli, who runs the Bollywood Monster Mashup Festival in Mississauga, these guys are putting together like these banger events. And it just reminds me of like when I was a kid, my parents would drag me to these boring ass fucking things. I swear to God, they were taking me to a cult. They were taking me to some cult thing. It's Hindu, so you can't say anything, but it's basically a cult. They're teaching me some weird shit, and then they'd be like, "No, you have to listen and love God. Hey, idiot, love God. Say I love God. I love God. Say it. Shut up, stupid. Come on." And then you go to this, and then I went to this Desi Fest, the open mic night, and I was like, "This is the Patel convention that I never had. This is what I wanted as a child." It was everyone doing comedy that night. Everyone was doing singing and comedy. One guy sang a Sufi song. His daughter did an improv game, and she's like 11. And then the son was in the other room watching TikToks. Nothing you can do. I mentioned that on stage too, and people that got a laugh because the son's like 8, and that TikTok is crack cocaine. So that's fine. I think at some point they probably said like, "Come on, just be part of the show. Come on," you know what I mean? But overall, it was so much better than the Patel convention. You know what I'm saying? It was such a good community event. Brought everyone together. Everyone was singing songs, little dancing. I actually left to go to this guy's show. This guy was doing a comedy show, Harshan Arora, and so I went to there. So I didn't see the whole open mic, but it was an incredible night. And that was just an open mic, a little side event. So the Desi Fest actual music festival and this comedy night are going to be absolute incredible nights. You're going to love it. Get your tickets. And Brown Show next week. And just like that, God gave me a little Brown topic, didn't he? God's writing the best jokes. Let's take a look at it. And then after this, we're going to do Giulianni. And then Giulianni. Oh, I didn't even get into the case that Giuliani's in. Giuliani's another gift from God, isn't he? So we'll do that second. And then after that, I do want to talk about this Consciousness Business Accelerator. Incredible program. If you're feeling a change in me, if you're feeling like maybe I'm channeling so much of God's Spirit in the last couple of days. If you're feeling like, I don't know what it is, but I think God's Spirit is in Amish today. I don't know what it is, but it feels like God's Spirit is in Amish today. If you're feeling like that, well, we can thank a little bit this Consciousness Business Accelerator. Oh my God, what a program. I'll talk about it after. I got actually a good bit about that. Such a good program, though. Incredible. But right now, let's talk about the first issue, real problem really a major issue facing the Hindu community, radicalization. Let's take a look at it.
Start at 6 with our first look through courtroom sketches of the Chesterfield man, Sai Kandula, who's accused of ramming a U-Haul into a bear.
It's 100% Hindu. I mean, honestly, I saw some people being like, he's South Asian, could be India, could be Pakistan. Could be India, could be Pakistan, but Sai Kandula? This guy's Hindu, right? Maybe I should have checked it before, but it doesn't matter. We can still talk about whatever we're going to talk about. Listen, it's just God channeling through, so let's continue.
Here you're near the White House, and this is video of the incident that people from coast to coast and all across the world are seeing tonight.
The West County teen told investigators he was doing that to get to the president. He had plans, and we're learning from all new court documents some new information tonight. Sai Kandula's attempt to get to the White House happened on the north side of Lafayette Square. This gives you a better idea of actually how close.
I like the map.
Close to the White House. That
great karmas from KMOV St. Louis, Channel 4. Thanks, guys.
It is.
Tonight, we have team coverage working to piece together what led up to this cross-country trip from his West County home to D.C. and what is happening now.
What an adventure. And all this for Hitler, apparently. All this for Hitler love.
As he faces charges, our Caroline Hecker is live from outside of the home on Patchwork Fields with a wealth of new information she has just gotten over the last 30 minutes. Caroline?
Well, tonight we're getting our first look at those court documents that specifically detail the interview that he had with Secret Service agents just last night after his arrest. In that interview, he told them he bought a one-way ticket from St. Louis to Dulles, arriving about 8 o'clock last night. Once he landed, he says he went to a nearby U-Haul store, rented a truck, and headed for the White House. Bing,
bang, this guy's going on a rip. What an adventure. What an adventure, but the wrong adventure. You know what I'm saying? It is the wrong adventure. And we unequivocally on the show are going to put this very low on the scale of righteousness. It is wrong, people. This is bad behavior. And I'll continue it. Let's go.
Hours before FBI agents...
I have to say it. As a spiritual teacher, I have to say it. This is wrong behavior. I'm Hindu, he's Hindu. And I know many in the community are like, why don't you denounce it? You are Hindu, he's Hindu. Why don't you denounce it? Why don't you speak up? I'm speaking up. It is wrong. I denounce it. It's wrong behavior.
Showed up at Sai Kandula's Chesterfield home. The case against him was already growing, mainly from an interview with the feds. In the midst of that interview, Kandula told agents his goal was to, quote, get to the White House, seize power, and be put in charge of the nation.
Oh, come on. This is... Is it Hitler or is it mental health? It's a little... You got to get a little both, actually. You got to get a... This is delusional. This guy just... What a ripper, though, eh? He just goes up and says... Hitler, I love you. I love Hitler. And he just, and that's the plan. And it's a miracle that this kid is not dead. Can you imagine? That's basically what he did. He goes from he goes all the way across the country. Well, not across, from the side to the middle. So it's not that long of a journey. Probably saw beautiful sights along the way. And then he gets to the White House and he says, puts his hands on the steering wheel. Foot's about to go down on the gas, and he goes, I love Hitler. It's a miracle that he's alive. It's a miracle that he's alive. A lot of people are saying it's a false flag operation. Come on.
When agents asked him how he would seize power, he told them he would, quote, kill the president if that's what I have to do, and I would hurt anyone that would stand in my way. Wow. He told agents his actions had been successful because his intention was to get the attention of Secret Service. He made mention of a green book as an outlet for his thoughts and said he eventually started writing his plans to enter the White House and what he would accomplish if he was in charge. When
he has a full plan. This kid's got a plan.
Asked about the flag he showed at the scene, Kandula said it was a swastika and that he purchased the flag online because, quote, Nazis have a great history. The affidavit goes on to say Kandula said he admired, quote, their authoritarian nature, eugenics, and their one world order. When asked if he looked up to any leaders, he told agents, quote, Hitler, because he was a strong leader.
Hitler, Hitler, Hitler. I love Hitler. I love Hitler. And he just drives in. The guy's not even harmed.
Now, that affidavit also went on to say that Kandula told those Secret Service agents he had been planning this incident for the last 6 months. He could appear in court once again as early as tomorrow. We're live in Chesterfield tonight. Caroline Hecker, News 4.
Caroline, thank you for that update. The White House says President Biden was briefed on the whole incident earlier. Here's some of what the press secretary told News 4's Washington Bureau.
Clearly, the president was here yesterday working at the White House, so of course he was here last night. But I can tell you that he was briefed by both the relevant agencies, if you will, law enforcement agencies who had to deal with the situation, and he's to them for their quick response.
Learn about the plans Sai Kandula had. News 4 investigator Susan El-Khoury has been looking into his records and his past to learn more about the Marquette grad.
When we're talking about who is this team, U.S. officials familiar with the investigation are making it...
Damn, they got so many people working on one report. Channel 4, you got all the hitters in. Susan El-Khoury.
Clear, he's not someone who is known to them. They tell us he didn't come up on any watch list, but they are now considering him an emotionally disturbed person. They didn't give us more details on that, but we have learned he's been interviewed by multiple FBI agents, and during those, made what were described to us as broad, vague threats towards the president, and he also brought up taking over the world. Tonight, we're talking to a man who was there outside the White House when this attack happened.
That's it? Come on, dude. I thought he would have, gone through a barricade or something. It looks like he just got stuck outside. Dude. This guy just goes, I love Hitler. I love Hitler. I love Hitler. Oh my God, dude. That's it?
Once I saw the truck back up and then ram the barricade again, I knew that this wasn't just an accident or a drunk drive or anything, that this seemed pretty intentional.
Chris the boy capturing this...
Yeah.
Or a drunk drive or anything, that this seemed...
Look at that hair, dude. Coming all the way up. Brother. It is like me too, brother. I'm like you, brother.
pretty intentional.
Chris the Boy capturing this cell phone video of what investigators are calling an attempted attack on the White House.
And if I had been just a little bit later, I would have been face to face with the driver.
The boy, who lives in the Washington, D.C. area, spoke to News 4 Investigates about his close call.
It's just all really surreal. I was just going for my normal run, and I usually run on the mall by the White House because it's, there's a lot more security there and I feel safer. So you just don't expect that sort of thing to happen.
Investigators say the driver of the rental truck is Cy Kandula, a 19-year-old from Chesterfield, Missouri. A U.S. official familiar with the investigation says the teen flew out of St. Louis Monday night. The home listed to his family in Chesterfield was quiet Tuesday. Police say Kandula wasn't known to them. His name also isn't tied to any Missouri court records. News 4 Investigates found his Missouri driver record. It shows the teen got his license in August 2022 and has no violations listed. Marquette High School did confirm Kandula graduated in January 2022. He was on student council his sophomore year and played on the boys' tennis team. We're going to keep looking into his background. Here in Missouri, Chesterfield police tell us they've never been called out to Kandula's house, nor are they involved in the investigation. They stressed that they will help, but only if asked. Susan El-Khoury, News 4 Investigates.
Susan El-Khoury. Susan El-Khoury. Wow, dude. What a silly guy. And he just loves Hitler. He just loves Hitler. And you know what? It's crazy is that initially some sweet people, some nice people, and I thank them as a Hindu, I thank them for what they're trying to do. But there were some people who initially were like, no, it's a false flag from the Democrats. The Democrats are using this to beef up their security. I heard that. And you know what? I do appreciate it. I do appreciate that support. Obviously, some very liberal white people who want to help my community. And who want to say, no, the Hindu would not do this. The Hindu would never do this. And I wish I could repeat that. I wish I could tell you guys the same sentiment. But you know what? The Hindu is becoming radicalized these days. It's quite disgusting. It's sad. It is sad. It's very low, obviously, on the scale of righteousness. It's a traumatized community. They were traumatized. I'll tell you the history of it a little bit. What happened was, during World War II, right? During World War II, the Brits were about to go to war, and then they came to India and they said, hey, this guy, he's really bad. He's trying to take over our country. And the guy from India says, like you did? No, Sanjay, not like I did. This one is evil and he wants to conquer us and take over everything. And the guy from India said, like you did? Mister, like you did? So it just... Then the British guy says, no, he's attacking white people, you idiot. And then the guy from India said, no, oh my God, we have to do something. And they got 1 million people from India. India and Pakistan, 1 million people. 1 million soldiers went to World War II, something like that. And they fought like hard, and they were groups, and people were racist towards them. But I guess at the time, there were some people that said, why are we supporting... You know what? This is great. The Germans murder them, then we're free. So now, the morality all gets calculated. It all gets bunged at. I love Hitler. I just realized I love Hitler. This is what happens. And this is trauma. Trauma passed down, going back and forth. You don't know what to think sometimes. Some people are saying, it's good to be colonized by the Brits. Even a lot of Indian people say that. And then other people are like radical. I mean, that's actually radicalized too. But then there is maybe an opposite fanaticism that'll come that'll say, let's help Hitler. He's great. What's the difference? Very efficient. He won't enslave us. Also, Hindus think they're Aryan too. A lot of historians say that Hindus are Aryan. Because I guess Aryan is all Caucasians, and India is technically technically Caucasian, apparently. If you look at it scientifically, brown people, like Indian people, are actually just Caucasians with a tan. Whereas black people there is genetic differences. The hair is different, you know what I mean? And then Chinese people, Asian people, East Asian, they're obviously different. But the Hindus feel some kind of loyalty to the Aryan race, and actually the swastika is like an old Hindu symbol too. So it's not looking good. It's not looking good for the Hindu on this case. And then also you get a lot of Hindus talking about like Amish, these very polite, very sweet Hindus that are like, Amish, these Muslims, they are trying to overpopulate us. So you have to kill them. So there is that too. There is like a race purity, religious purity thing too. So a lot of issues to discuss there. But anyway, what do you guys think in the culture, in the community? Do you guys think, I mean, obviously this guy's a sinner, very low on vibration, obviously a sinner. And but I do want to see what you guys think about it. And don't say I love him, but say forgive him. Maybe forgiveness is acceptable. Hold on, where's my little buttercups, huh? I said, where's my little buttercups? Oh, there they are. Ooh, it's all automatic. It's all installed.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
And that's the facts, and that's the truth. Let's take a look at the comments. What do you have to say? Let's talk to the community. What do people have to say about this? Hold on, I got to get my sound effects and my things at the same time, because not my sound effects. I got to be ready to channel God's voice that says G grade.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Osniel number 2.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
50 Shades of Beige.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
CEB Applejack, of course, looking good with that wrench.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
CEB Applejack 59 in the audience, ready to give you that wrench. If you get out of line, he might just take that wrench and give you a smack upside your head. If you talk out of line in there, is he keeping the whole congregation in line? Nachama Gluck. Oh, is that Nachama Gluck? Nachama.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Look, pretty soon we're going to have to just do one buttercup for the whole congregation. Okay? I know I like it. I like to spoil you. You know I love you. I love to spoil you. But just for the show, this is a spiritual talk show, people, and we talk about the issues, talk about the culture, the community, how spirituality is being used maybe the wrong way so we can help people come to the right way. And that's why now it is time to see what you guys are, thinking about this. Oh my God, is that El Siddiqui? Look at that.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
El Siddiqui says, internet is making people ultra extreme, but nothing our public forgiveness can't fix. Wow. Siddiqui. Let me give you another one.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
That's it. And let me hit you with another one. That's a very powerful message from El Siddiqui. El Siddiqui. Very powerful message. El Siddiqui sounds cooler actually than I Siddiqui. I hope it's El. Sounds like a lowercase L, which is interesting. Maybe make that a uppercase L Siddiqui, so everyone knows that it's El Siddiqui. But maybe it's I Siddiqui. But I did want to show you guys, I did want to play something from one of my favorite spiritual teachers. And he says, when you let go, you let God. When you let go, you let God. Right? When you let go of the bitterness, and this really does speak to our scale of righteousness. Do I not have a scale of righteousness on this page? Hold on, I'll get it. It's probably, no, cancel, hold on. Image? No, what? No, okay. All right, well, let's just go get it. Let's just go get it from the other one. Let's get it from here. It's right here. I just got to take it from here, unmanifest it here, and then let's take it over to break time and talk about it, because I do want to talk about it as a community. And talk about it here. Let's talk about the scale of righteousness, y'all. Let's talk about the scale. Oh, sorry. When you let go, you let God. That's true. And when you let go and you can forgive your enemies, you will release intergenerational trauma, because that's really the issue here. Is there's intergenerational trauma going back and forth. People were colonized. They're old, whoever was in charge before was erased, deleted, whatever way of life they have. Sometimes those people get killed. They don't know the people don't know what to think. The people don't know what to think. And they are in the grips. Actually, a lot of stuff is like, a lot of this stuff that he's saying, like when I just talk to regular Hindus, I hear a lot of stuff like, the Muslims are doing this, the Muslims are doing that. They're sneak marrying our girls. They're marrying a Hindu girl, converting her, and then telling her she's got to go join the Taliban now. Stuff like this. So they're saying stuff like that, and like, again, is it happening? I don't know, probably not. But even if it is, even that is a trauma because no one is doing this. Like, it's trash. Come on, who's doing this? Whose mom, what boy who loves their mother is like, hey, I'm just going to pretend marry this girl? Obviously, the guy's fucked up. I mean, whoever's doing this is going through some kind of weird, has been brainwashed into it. Some uncle in their community has brainwashed them into this, that you're going to marry some girl and convert her. Are you crazy? It's not a way to live life, people. I mean, it is like talking to a friend who says they're going to rob a bank, and you're like, don't do that. Why would you rob a bank? You have money. You can make money, right? So if someone came to you and said, hey, I'm going to do this, convert a Hindu girl, and then they said they'll pay for the wedding. So apparently it's like they pay for the wedding or some shit. I mean, Indian weddings are expensive. That's the thing. Indian weddings are expensive, but they're not that expensive when you run away. Because if you do a runaway wedding, guess what? No one's coming anyway. What's your expense? You just went to the temple and you got to pay them. Imagine they get the money and then they have to just pay the money right back to the temple. They're like, you convert. Here's 50. Well, we owe you $50,000 for converting a Hindu, but the wedding's going to be $35,000. The speaking fee is going to be $10,000. The dinner is going to be another $8,000. The thing, and then they're just like, and you wanted to get those special invites, so that's another $800. They got to do, then they just take all the money back. I mean, that's what I see here. I mean, I don't see this being a good project. If it's happening, if it is happening, it's terrible on their side, and they're obviously going through similar issues. The thing is that Muslims in India used to be Hindu slaves. So it's like, what do you want them to do? They were a slave in Hinduism. They go to be equal. A lot of Hindus are like, they're not even equal. They're just lied to and they're not really going to become equals and whatever. But it's like, okay, yeah, but they have like, even if it's just psychological, man, it makes a big difference. Someone just wants to have the pride in their heart that I'm equal to all. I'm a child of the Most High God, equal. Not below this caste and this caste. What is this shit? It's nonsense, dude. And it's unacceptable. It's very low righteousness. Very low righteousness caste system. It's basically slavery. And I remember I was watching a documentary about this Buddhist guy. This untouchable Hindu. So he was untouchable. That's how low on the caste system he was. He was untouchable. So then he was going to a group converting ceremony, and these Buddhists were going to convert them to Buddhism. But the Hindu nationalists were like blocking them off. They would like block the road and be like, no one's going to come to your conversion thing because we blocked the road down there. We blocked the road down there. So no one's coming to your Hindu conversion thing to the Buddhists. Anyway, they had to go to the government thing, get some thing done, call the police. Police had to be like, you're not allowed to be here. Sorry. Whatever. And anyway, the guy goes, the untouchable guy goes, and he goes to the thing. And when he goes there, the guy's telling them that, like, you are not below anyone. You are equal to all. You are a child of the Most High God, equal to all. You are animated by the same love and light that animates all. You are no longer below anyone. And these people are crying because they had no idea. Their whole life they were told they're below. And then that person told them, and the guy's like, dude, one guy's like a 50-year-old man. And he's crying. He's like, I didn't know. They told me I was in the untouchable one. Turns out they were lying. This guy knows. I'm a free man. It's free. It's freeing. You know what I mean? So how could you hate someone for doing it? Because that's the other thing, too. There's a lot of Hindus, they're pissed. It's like bitterness of like, you left the Hindus and now you're going to do this religion, and your religion now overpopulating. That's what my cousin said. He's so polite, too. He said, he calls me Amish brother. He's like, Amish bhai, the Muslims, they are overpopulating. Overpopulating. So you have to kill them. Anyway, that Hindu loves Hitler. It's not all Hindus. I'm here. I'm speaking out. I'm going to tell the community. It's not right. It's not right. We're not meant to hate each other. We're meant to love each other. You know what I'm saying? Let's play a nice little track to end that topic. Enough of that topic. This is Nope by Noir A. Blanc V. And let me go talk to my community for a minute, shall we? Thanks for coming. Oh, Salman Khalaf, Sophia Gibson.
Well, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we? Well, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Just channeling it through. Channeling the music through, channeling the buttercups through. It's a direct message from God. But yeah, make sure you're supporting our digital ashram. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We are trying to build a church of loving kindness right here on YouTube, and you can see we have a beautiful gardens. We have a beautiful. The vibration is most high. There's a little river of love running through it, a little vibrational river running through it. It's so beautiful that the tree branches are coming up and hugging the mountains. You see that? There's so much love here because this is actually located on an electron cloud in your heart. And this is a fantastic piece of real estate. You guys are here on the ground floor of a very exciting spiritual opportunity. So look at those rocks floating there. You see those rocks? You see those rocks? They float. Every like is a floater. Every like, it thumbs up. It tells those rocks, let's keep it floating. Let's show the people a little magic. And yeah, no, this is a great, fantastic piece of real estate. I found, obviously, we need to develop it. We need to work on it, right? But that's what you're here for. We are here to, as a community, to really build this digital ashram, this church of loving kindness. And I appreciate all of you being here to help me do that. Salman Khalaf says, I missed the Muslim part, I guess. Yes, but you can rewatch it.
Yeah, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Let me tell you something. We all have to love each other. We gotta love the Hindu, then we gotta love the Jew, and yes, that's right. You gotta love the Muslim too. That's the game we're in, people. That's the game. That's the system. If you don't, you're basically giving yourself traumas. You're giving yourself issues, right? And if you go too far down that, then you're I love Hitler! And you're driving that truck. And guess what? You're gonna say, I love Hitler! And there you are, and now you got arrested. Maybe we should watch a little bit of that footage, actually. That footage was great. The guy's truck, the good news is that his truck went nowhere. It was just stuck outside on the curb. So weird, man. What a guy. Listen, we'll have updates on this. We'll come back. We'll have to probably talk about it a little bit tomorrow. So maybe let's say, Friday but we got a powerful episode tomorrow too. So make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell notification, because like I said, we are building a church of loving kindness. Salman Khalaf says, together we shall build Amish Puram. Yes, correct. That's it. That's correct. So thanks for coming. Let me go to our next topic here. What do we got here? Oh. I mean, I do have this article, Hitler's Hindus, the rise of India's Nazi-loving nationalists. Yeah, apparently they have like Hitler ice cream. They'll eat. They've even associated Hitler with the delightful joy of ice cream. Even did I show you guys Hitler ice cream ever? It's not. It says Hitler ice cream meme, but it's not even a meme. It's just they just have Hitler ice cream. Hitler ice cream. Mommy, give me ice cream. I love Hitler too much. I want a Hitler ice cream. Mommy, please give me Hitler ice cream, please. Hold on. Hitler ice cream. Hey, Hitler, your ice cream is the #1 ice cream. Look at this branding, dude. This is the main Hitler ice cream. So there you have it, people. The Hindu has obsessed with Hitler so much. I'm not happy to say it. I don't take pleasure in it. The Hindu loves Hitler so much that they've made an ice cream. They've associated Hitler with the joyful lovingness of childhood eating ice cream. It's obviously gone to. Look how happy this kid is. Look at this kid. He's a happy camper. This guy's, he's saying, I don't want the ice cream. And you guys are racist. And I don't want the ice cream. But this guy's, he's working there. He's buying it. And it's like, come on, guys. And they don't even have a fridge. This guy doesn't even have a fridge. He's putting on his back of his bike. In India. It's so hot, dude. Come on. How is this Hitler ice cream lasting? The Hitler ice cream don't need a freezer even. It is a #1. Wow. And even what I do like about this? Even the Muslim brother is there. He's there. He looks a little disapproving. Do you guys think that this obviously Muslim man is disappointed? Do you think he's like, look at this Hindu is stupid. The Hindu is a goddamn pervert. Stupid people. So too stupid. Look at Hitler. They love Hitler. Look how stupid Hindu is. They love Hitler. It's the idiot. That's what he's doing. He looks like he could be an imam or something. You know what I'm saying? So listen, we're gonna keep this abreast. We're gonna stay abreast of this issue. Okay, don't think that as a Hindu I'm gonna brush this under the rug, and I'm gonna sit here and pretend like the Hindu isn't in love with Hitler. I will expose the Hindu, even though I am a Hindu myself. I will expose. I will stand up. But let's go to our next topic, shall we? Rudy Giuliani. He's such a pervert, dude. He's so silly. Let's go. Hold on. Watch how seamless this topic transition is. And this one is off, and this one is bam. Like that, bam. Who did it? God did it. God put the titles in. Thank you, God. Let's see if Giuliani's righteous. I mean, Giuliani, we've seen, has been going on such a downward spiral lately. And it just shows you that how much like wartime and that kind of like negative environment can like give you the wrong idea of someone. Because I'll tell you, Giuliani, the whole reason why he's famous and everyone loves him is because excuse me, Miriam. The whole reason why Giuliani is in this situation, in my opinion, is that the only reason we know about him in the first place is because he was seen as the hero of 9/11. Right? So this is what happens, people. You're in wartime. You're in military wartime. And guess what the military does? It's a brainwash, man. 9/11 attack happens. This guy stands on one pile of rubble and he says, well, I'm going to fight back. And everyone makes him into a genius. He's an idiot. He's always been an idiot. But I mean, the guy became the mayor of New York. So, but actually, no, that's actually a sign. It's weird. I'm listening to a lot of Osho speeches. And he basically says, like, the priest and the politician is the stupidest person. And the most rotten person is the priest and the politician. And I used to think that he was being a little negative. Like, come on, man. Some of them are good. Some of them are just doing their best. But he kind of says that the whole mechanism of being a politician and being a priest is kind of like installing traumas and fear into people. And the older I get, the more it does look like that. I mean, honestly, like it's like, what brings this guy's race to faith? It's like the Joe Biden thing I was showing you guys yesterday, where he's like, if someone has even this much crack cocaine, I'll throw them in jail. I don't care if they have even this much crack cocaine, I'll throw them in jail. Like, he's so proud of it that he changed the laws to put all these people in jail, and he's talking about it like he's selling it to the Senate, and he's like, we got to do it. We're gonna put them in jail. If not, they're gonna attack my family. This is called living in fear, people. Fear, negativity, all fighting. And that's what he's saying is that, and like traumas and stuff like that, that's low vibration. It's stealing your energy. It's blocking out love. Because here's the thing. The higher you are on the righteousness, the more love you have coming in. And that love energy is supposed to be the life energy. So if you're at the top, you got 1,000 kilojoules of love coming in, going right out, channeling out into the day. You know what I'm saying? But then you start getting lower. You have these traumas. You have these fights with people, judgments, bitternesses, negativities. The mechanism of holding that is a poison. You're blocking out love. You're blocking out love. So I honestly think that I think that's unfair for Giuliani. Like, he happened to be in the right place. Like, a New York mayor should never have gotten that famous. What I'm saying is that when people are lost, they're like drunk in this war. They're like, oh, we were attacked. It's 9/11. We were attacked. Giuliani stood up. It's like, what did he do? You made him into this famous guy. And now, when we've seen a lifetime after that of like, okay, what is he really like? We've worn off this like war hero Giuliani, the PR show that everyone wanted to give us. That's kind of worn off now, and now we're seeing, okay, this guy's an idiot, and we were all like praising him and telling ourselves that he's so righteous, and he's foolish, quite frankly. I know it's a harsh thing to say. It's a hard words, but I think he's foolish. Let's watch this video. This is another great local news team. Inside Edition. Great.
Stunning allegations today against former New York City mayor and advisor to then President Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani. A former employee is suing him for $2 million in unpaid wages, alleging that while she worked as his business development director, he coerced her into having sex. And she says she has proof. In her
The way she says that. Coerced her into having sex. I don't know. TV? I don't know. I don't know if I could go to TV.
As development director, he coerced her into having sex. And she says she has proof. In her only television interview, she spoke exclusively with Inside Edition's Ann Mercogliano. And we should warn you, some of what she has to say may not be appropriate for younger viewers.
She's the Ivy League.
Little spicy, y'all. Make sure you cover your ears if you got children there. I'm just kidding. Let them see what Kali Yuga is. This is Kali Yuga, people. Take a direct look at it. This is Kali Yuga, not her, Giuliani.
Graduate making bombshell accusations against Rudy Giuliani.
Sinner.
There was a lot of pressure to be Rudy's girlfriend as well as his staffer.
Noelle Dunphy just filed a $10 million lawsuit claiming Giuliani sexually exploited her and failed to pay her when she says she was his director of business development from 2019 to 2021.
Oh my God.
Was this a working relationship that turned...
Business development It's just so suspect how big the titties are. It's just too much, dude. Come on. What is this caricature of a person who Giuliani found? She's not a caricature. He is a caricature of a person. It just doesn't look good that she's just so cute and so big tittied that like this piece of shit just was like, hi, I'm here to apply to be a receptionist. Why don't you do business development? More money.
And failed to pay her when she
God.
says she was his director of business development from 2019.
It's a lot. Sinner. Obviously, Giuliani's the sinner here. I do have to say though, like, coerced, like, I know it is 2023. We have to be very progressive, and we have to say like, okay, you can't coerce someone. But like, I don't know. Okay, if someone's working for you, not allowed to have sex. Done. End of story. Listen, I'm not dying on no Giuliani hill. This guy is a scumbag, and this is not righteous. Obviously, I just feel like sometimes legally, I'm just like, how do you make a case out of coerce? Like, is he not going to be like, yeah, she's hot, so I tried to have sex with her a bunch of times. Sorry. I mean, it's her boss, so you're not allowed to do that. So that's already, you're not allowed. It's sexual harassment, then say. But I guess if you did the sex, then it's I don't know, coercion?
To 2021.
Was this a working relationship that turned into romance? I mean, was it a consensual romantic relationship?
We did get involved romantically, but I knew what could happen if I said no. I could lose my job. There's high pay, White House access. It's exciting. And then there's this obligation or pressure to also be physical.
The 43-year-old
He just looks so dirty, dude.
says they worked out of his Manhattan apartment, and that 78-year-old Giuliani often demanded that she work naked, in a bikini, or in short shorts.
It quickly turned into a requirement for keeping my job.
She claims that Giuliani demanded intimacy while on the phone with clients, including President Trump.
When Rudy was on legal calls with President Trump, he required and expected me to be pleasing him.
Oh my God, dude. Just make a... That's gotta be your girlfriend that you didn't... Like, okay. Kali Yuga is here. Kali Yuga is here. Kali Yuga is here. It is the greatest sinners. This is the greatest sinners on earth. I mean, really, what is... You're just adding sin on top of sin on top of sin. You need to get a blowj while you're talking to Trump too? Like, it's such a weird thing. Put a 1 in the comments if you're into that kind of shit. It's okay. That's okay. I won't make judgments on you. Put a 1 in the comments if you're into stuff like that. Cause see, now I'm thinking about myself. It's like, what have I've done weird shit like that where like I'm with someone and then they'll get on the call and then I'll start, you know what I mean? Like after we had sex, like they'll get on a call and then I'll start doing stuff and then like, stop it. Stop it. You know, but that's like silly fun stuff. That's like silly. That's silly, but this is wrong. This is a sin. And this is a big issue, you know, to like I'm not saying you can never date someone you work with, but if it's someone you work with, then you got to make an extra effort to separate the work and the, you know what I mean? And the dating. You almost got to go extra professional at work and be like, yep. It's like, I remember I was serving somewhere and I started dating this girl and it was like, I got so anxious, like telling other people that we were dating even. Like I was like, no, don't tell anyone. It's wrong. No, we're not allowed. Or like I was like, no. And then it took, after a couple weeks, they're like, yeah, we're dating. She said to everyone, yeah, we're dating. No, he's coming with me. Something like that. But I was like, oh God, we're going to get in trouble. You're not supposed to tell anyone. Keep it quiet. And then sometimes it would be like in the back and she'd try to hold my hand. I'd be like, no. This is a professional work environment. No. It's very uncomfortable. That's where I'm at. That I'm very uncomfortable with. But this Giuliani, Kali Yuga is here. Kali Yuga is here, and we're seeing some heavy hitter sinners right now.
His calls with President. After the calls, Rudy would want to be with me physically and have me address Rudy as Mr. President.
Dunphy spoke to Inside Edition in January. In her blockbuster lawsuit, she attaches this text message purportedly from Giuliani. Good morning, my love. Tried to call, Giuliani writes.
She's so hot. What? You idiot. This kind of reminds me of that brown guy that the other girl was dating, the con artist who did the blood samples thing. Elizabeth Holmes, or no, something Holmes, or some no. Elizabeth Holmes, I think, is an actor. The girl who did the blood testing, little blood testers, but the whole thing was a scam. Her husband, it's like, dude, get a hooker, would you? Just get a hooker, and just go to the same hooker a little bit until you have like some kind of a loving relationship. You know, I know some guys do that. I know guys who do that. Like I remember this one guy that we knew. His wife, he's had a wife and kids, and he's just banging some hooker, and he consistently went to a hooker in South America or whatever. And then one day she like found his number and found his wife, called his wife. He's like, "Hello, I love him. Hello, I love him." And she just called and told his wife. And then his wife had to be like, "Okay, you're not allowed to go out with your brother anymore. And I know what you guys are doing. You're not allowed to go out with him, and this is disgusting. And stop it." And he got busted because the girl was in love, because they would go to the same one over and over again. You can get that. And then you can tell them, put on a bikini. They'll say, yes, that's my job. Here to do my job. Not, this is wrong.
Let me quickly shower. Can I shower with you? He replies. He was in the midst of a messy divorce from his wife.
Hold on. What did she say after that, though? See, this is where I do worry sometimes with these reports, because it's like you're there. No. It's obviously.
And allegedly wanted to keep their relationship quiet.
I mean, Giuliani's such a scumbag.
A secret employee. I was not on the books.
Instead of a steady paycheck, she says Giuliani gave her the occasional $5,000 cash payment.
I said, can't you finally make me official as your employee? And he said, no, because Judith will know. His wife would know that I was his type and that I'm being paid at the company.
Giuliani's lawyer says he unequivocally denies the allegations.
He's denying all of the allegations, and he's saying you never worked for him?
One of the things Rudy liked to talk about, aside from sex, was his ability to lie. So am I surprised that Rudy is lying again? I can't say I'm surprised, but it still hurts. It's scary to take on a powerful man. but I know I'm telling the truth 100%, and I know I have so much evidence that is black and white that there's no way that the truth doesn't get out.
I mean, it is okay. Let's look at the righteousness of this, and let's do Kailasa tomorrow. We got to do Kailasa tomorrow, but let's put up the scale and just say real quick, man, guys, let's keep our game tight. Let's keep our game tight. Let's make sure that we're not getting to this disgusting pig age. I mean, you don't have to be a disgusting pig. You can be sexy at 50, man. That's the issue here. That's the real issue. Let's make a vow. Let's make a promise to God that we will keep our games tight, even in our 40s, 50s, 60s. And we're not going to end up at 55, 60 years old and some hot girl comes in and she's batting her eyes a little bit and we're like, do you want to, yeah, man, why don't I make you business development? I think business development, yeah, just I'll pay under the table. It's like, dude, get a hooker, keep your game tight. And that's it. And that's my righteousness report on that. That's where I'm at on that. It's like, dude, what are you doing? But I mean, compared to everything he's done, it's not even, it's pretty bad actually. No, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I just don't know if she can win the case. Like she's saying at the end of the thing, like, I know I got a good case. I know I got the proof. It's like, I don't know, man. I think he is good at lying and he screwed you a little bit. You know, like he did screw you a little bit. You just started working for him without being on the books and started banging him without being on the books? Be on the fucking books. Sorry. But like, you know, you got to take care of yourself a little bit. Then you end up in the end trying to sue him for $2 million. You should already have the $2 million. You should just be getting paid for the work that you did. How do you go 2 years without getting paid? You know, so I do feel like I have to say that. But let's see what the community has to say. Do you think Babaji went too far? What do you guys think? You guys think Babaji went too far? Let's look at that transition, first of all. Be mesmerized by the transition. Oh my goodness, there's so many new people here. Well, let me say hello to y'all. Guess what? God's coming in with a little message for a couple of y'all. Nekufal El Ramahi says hello. Well, guess what? I'm getting a message. Coming in.
We're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Wow, that just came right through from God. Well, guess what? P. Morton's here. P. Morton, how you doing?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
That's right. Gorham Bash. I don't know if I got Gorham Bash already.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Hype Factory says Liz Holmes. Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Hype.
We're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
It is Liz Holmes. Yeah, you're right. God. Keep our games tight, guys. Make sure you're eating your girls out, making them come. Can we do that as a community? So that we're not 50, 60 years old, you know, throwing our lives away to get pussy? It's goddamn ridiculous. And I'll say that, and I'll say it again. I said it once, I'll say it again. Not righteous. Very low on the righteousness. But I do have to say, Bofa says Babaji is righteous. Well, let me give you one more then.
We're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
It does feel like a lot of times with these cases where these women come back, it does feel a little bit like, I'm sorry, but
you let go, you let God.
I almost feel like with some of these cases where women come back to sue the guy, it's like they're getting talked into suing a guy, and it's like they're not really aware of like, this is going to be the next 5 years of your life, hours at a time, you're just fighting all the time. You know, like, sure, you can get money, but is life money? Or do you, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of work, man. When I see even the Monica Lewinsky, the way she went after Bill Clinton, and it was heavily politicized. Is it wrong for him to do it? Yes, of course. He should not have sex with a 19-year-old intern, 21-year-old intern. Obviously messed with her. If you watch the TV show, the TV show where they acted it out, it's such a great show. And it basically shows her, like, you know, she's just freaking out. She's just, like, anxious and, like, worried, and she's, like, in love with him and whatever. And it's obviously wrong for him to do that. But then you look at Monica Lewinsky today and, you, like, her interviews today, and she's like, my whole life became, like, you're a slut. Everywhere I went, everyone was like, "Oh, you're the girl that sucked Bill Clinton's dick." Like, she couldn't get away from it. I don't know. I just don't know. I just feel like, is it worth it? And also, yeah, like, why are you doing, like, if you're going to bang a guy for money, make sure you're on the payroll. All right, hun? Sorry, baby. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Babaji got a little patriarchal there, maybe. I don't even know. But I think that's true, right? Goran Batch says, no, this woman is not going to win anything. W7F. You don't just accidentally end up in Rudy Giuliani's contacts by accident and end up texting each other, I'm getting in the shower, heh. Yeah, no. Yeah, it does seem a little bit like... Yeah, like, it does seem like in a legal sense. Like, look, on a moral scale, in God's eyes, Giuliani is not righteous. And in God's eyes, the girl maybe is righteous. Maybe she fell in love. Maybe she's doing her best. She's young. She doesn't know what to do. She's being kind of manipulated into this stuff. Well, I mean, she's 42 now. So when did this happen? When she was 30? Come on, man. Why are you in this situation at 30? I don't know. But I'm saying in the people's eyes, in the legal system's eyes, I just don't see this girl winning this case. Like, how are you going to win this $2 million? It does. I mean, even the last Donald Trump case where he lost, it seemed like such a stretch, man. It was like a girl from 30 years ago, or it was 25 years ago. So they redid the law so that she can overcome that whole 7 years of, because if it's past 7 years, you're not supposed to deal with it. But the girl who just won, the lady who just won $5 million against Trump, she brought up a case from 25 years ago, but she spent a year creating a loophole that would allow her to go past the 7-year statute of limitations. So even in that case, it's like, okay, you won, but it's like, you won $5 million off of Trump. You spent $50 million minimum on this case. There's no way that this case that you've included going back and removing the statute of limitations for a year, there's no way that the legal fees on this is anywhere close to $5 million. This is like millions of dollars, and your time. It's like your whole time is being spent on this. But hey, what are you gonna do? This is Kali Yuga, and these politicians are the biggest sinners. I'll tell you that, because the biggest sinners, they're standing up there acting like they're one with God. Okay, that goes for the warmongers. The warmongers always think they're righteous. These politicians, which are warmongers, they act like, no, I'm doing this for you. I got to help you. You're getting rich, and your righteousness is nothing. Anyway, I got to go, actually. But let's talk about the Conscious Business Accelerator program tomorrow. If anyone here is trying to make their own social media thing, I would honestly check it out, especially if it's in the spiritual, because John Consciousness Gwynn, I know you were looking at spirituality. Your name, I mean, it's in your name that you're going to be a spiritual teacher, some kind of spiritual teacher. So it's right there in your name. So yeah, I'd say check it out. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. I got a good bit on that. It's 11:09. I think we're going to go to 11:11, the Angel's Hour. 10:10 to 11:11. That's our time. It's written by God. Written by God. And that means that we got to go, people. We got to go to graphics. Here we go. Go to graphics, cue music. Upbeat Happy Synthwave by New Dawn. And you're listening to the drip, rip and dip right here on YouTube. Channeling God's energy right through the heart. Channel through the heart. Channel through the heart. And that's it. Thanks for coming, everyone. I appreciate you. Without you, I'm just a crazy person shouting in the wind. Naufal Ar-Ramahi, praise be. Naufal, you said you're a virgin? Are you a virgin? Okay. Get funky with that music. Be silly with the music. By the way, I got this shirt. I bought this for $20. Silence the violence. I think we should do a topic on this tomorrow, because this righteousness is most high. It is a very high righteousness, and we should talk about it. Make sure you're righteous, people. Make sure you're having a high vibration. Think about the next thing you have to do and just channeling a high vibration into it. Just channeling a high vibration. Do it with love in your heart. Do it with love in your heart. And also, you can message me topic ideas at Fade to Brown on my Instagram page at Fade to Brown. You can add me, DM me, and then tell me like, yo, we gotta cover this. Say, Babaji, this is not righteous, Babaji. We have to say something, Babaji. Please say something about this, Babaji. And you can send requests, topic requests like that. Especially if it's cult related, you know, we love to cover that. Spiritual scams, cults, scams, and all kinds of stuff. All kinds of sinners. We want to be covering the biggest sinners in the community. So if you see a sinner out there, you tell Babaji, say, Babaji, take care of this sinner. I will. See you tomorrow for Friday. And also add me on Instagram if you want to know where I'm partying this weekend, because I will be dancing and I will be doing stand-up comedy. So add me on Instagram at Fade to Brown. And